Munira.
Well, I agree with a lot of what Richard said, and let's hope and pray we're not facing shortages this Christmas. But talking to some leaders in the industry this week, I understand that we are likely to have far less choice. And given the pressures because of the CO2 shortage, the HGV driver crisis, we are already seeing prices going up. And as we've just been talking about, there are many families that are really going to struggle to make ends meet this Christmas.
So what should the government
do?
So
I agree that there should be, they should be looking at some visa solution to be able to bring in migrant workers. It's clear that with the immigration changes, I think with COVID, lots of European drivers went home and they haven't come back again. So putting in place a visa route for them to be able to come back, I think is important. But there are also long-term changes in the labour market, as I think Richard alluded to, and we know some of the tax changes around self-employment, for instance, and the demographic changes in that workforce are meaning that this is not a short-term problem. And what we need to see for a just-in-time supply chain is some long-term planning, but unfortunately we've got a just-in-time government that tends to lurch from crisis to crisis. We need to do some proper contingency planning around our workforce. This isn't just about HGV drivers. We're seeing shortages in our farms, in picking and packing food, as well as getting it onto supermarket shelves. And we know that it might not be the case for Iceland, but for some other supermarkets, we know there's been about a drop in a quarter of the fulfillment of their deliveries on their shelves. And that will mean that probably we'll all have far less choice this Christmas.